So easy. Son of a bitch. I take you mother by assault, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, nice this one.
Gear up. New orders are on.
Fucking German, Nazi. Come. Come, son of a bitch, come.
Where I should go, idiot.
Ready
Son
up.
of a
We have
bitch.
confirmation of hostile activity in the LZ.
Domination. Capture the objectives, team. Securing C. Enemy as A. C secure. We're in the lead.
We're kind of at the end of the news. It's like, oh, let's move away from there now. Let's move away from gun control. Now, let's move away from blaming conservatives and Christians and white people now. Let's just not look at it anymore, because this is just today. CBS News. Worker warned hotel before Las Vegas shooter opened fire on crowd. He was running around reportedly with others, shooting people in the hallways, security guards, you name it. What we first reported. That 2 cops had been
coat hanger, or maybe a little stiffer than that, or maybe something, you know, like steel that's not going to bow. Yeah, then you're still back to a 7-mile basically ruler.
And the weight, it would be absolutely prohibitive. That's the thing. I mean, when you start considering how much that would weigh, you know, for anything 7 miles, even if it's thread. Well, if it's thread, of course, it may not even stand up under its own weight, but anything else with any, you know, with any toughness that wouldn't break would be fairly heavy, I would think. So that's, you know, it's a thought, but it would just kind of break down under its own weight, I think.
Yeah, we could make it out of spider webs. No, spider webs are stronger pound for pound or ounce for ounce than their weight in steel.
Or
Yeah,
or
maybe.
carbon nanite filters, or carbon. What's it called? Carbon. They make buckyballs out of them, but it's a carbon nanotube. That's what it's called. Carbon nanotube fiber.
Maybe, or maybe we could genetically engineer a lamb to weave spider webs out of its nipples.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think they actually already do that. They do for silk. It's actually silk spider. Spider silk. Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah. I don't like bugs. I don't like spiders either. I don't like spiders and snakes. So anyway.
I don't either. Well, anyway.
Okay, so moving on. Now, you guys, I'm sure that you both remember this picture that I have on the screen, where this was purported, and I don't remember if this actually somebody came out and said, "No, that was never a NASA picture" or whatever. But I remember doing a piece on this several months ago on Goldbusters, and I was almost positive that what I was showing it was from a NASA site. I'm almost certain it was. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it was. And what we're looking at here is supposedly the results of a solar eclipse, and the shadow is seen over, what is Mexico, I think, something like that. Yeah, Mexico. And I think what we were talking about at the time was the fact that the object should be a lot bigger if it's casting this shadow from the moon. But that's neither here nor there. And this only was maybe not even a year ago, I think, that this came out. Do you guys remember this? I was talking about this.
I'm not familiar with this one, but I know that on record there have been solar eclipses where the moon has casted a shadow. Usually it's about 50 miles in diameter, but there's been 3 examples on record that the moon's shadow was like less than 2 miles in diameter, but I don't remember this one in particular.
Okay. All right. And Ramsey, yes, I read your comment. Okay, whatever. All right, Ramsey, that's great. We'll put that behind us. I'm not too worried about it. He doesn't like the fact that I called him hostile because he called Dr. Emoto BS, and I don't believe Dr. Emoto is BS for 1 second, especially after watching
he
a lot of the experiments that were done.
He hasn't done the test himself. I've just before somebody calls it,
not.
Before somebody says anything bad, do the rice test, do the water test. I've done them both, and I probably would have been calling it nonsense too until I did the test.
Right. So there you
I saw the videos on it, and I didn't get the impression that he was faking the data at all. It seemed very real to me, just on face value. But
and he's not the only investigator either.
Yeah,
right.
Lots
he's
of
not
people
the
have
only
done
investigator. So anyway, back to the subject at hand. So this particular picture, they were claiming that this happened a little over a year ago, and then Quantum Eraser, John, who is Cathexis's old sidekick, and also Robert Bassano's old sidekick. John's a great guy. I really like John. He's awesome. He sends me this thing from a Christian forum where they're discussing flat Earth. And I'm looking at it, and I didn't catch it the first time because I just kind of skimmed over it and looked at it. And he goes, you might want to reread it again and actually look at what's going on. So I did. And when I'm looking at this, he goes, is there anything familiar about this picture? Well, there should be. And the reason there should be is because if you look at this picture, and we all know what this is, don't we? Right? The blue marble with all the cloud stamps everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's photoshopped, right? but it has to be.
So what you want to do is you want to look in the upper right-hand corner here, all right, where I'm circling, and you will see this kind of cloud here, and you'll see this stuff here, and you'll see a couple more photo stamped clouds over here, and then this here, right? So concentrate on this area. Now let's go back to this. Oh, look at that. It's the exact same picture.
Wow.
I know. How in your face is that?
You know what's interesting? I can almost spot clone stamping in the land, like to the left of where your cursor is on the main part of the land. There's 2 almost like circular, like oval shapes that are vertical, like aligned vertical next to each other. Do you see them? No, not that one. The one you were on before. And I'm looking at the, let me look at not the live stream. Hang on.
Look at the Skype, because we're 30 seconds apart on this one.
Yeah, not this one. The one you had it on before. The other
one. Image. This one up here.
Yeah. So like towards the top right. Okay, you've got the big green area. Now to the left of the cloud, you've got that main green area. See the there's 2 ovals that each have sort of a white dot to the top left towards the oval. They're not clearly defined ovals, but you can see it's a clone stamp. It's obvious. There's 2 instances of the same shape. Goodness, I wish I could point it out, but it's towards the top. Like go left a little more. Right, you're on it. There's the right oval, and then up and to the left, there's the exact same shape. That's part of the same oval. Now go left again and up, and now you're towards the edge of the other oval.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, right along here and right along here.
Yeah, going all the way down almost to the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. That's very interesting. But
yeah, looks very clone stamped.
Oh, I see it now too. I didn't see it at first, but now from an angle, they look like it's the same circle.
Yeah.
Well, that should.
And of course,
theoretically...
they could airbrush it a little bit, but yeah, it looks like they're definitely clone stamping the crap out of it. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, so obviously here we have the big shadow, which in this one would be right here, but everything is identical. Here's even these 2 clouds that they've got this one partially obscured by the eclipse, right? And we got this here, this here, this here. This is all very telltale. It's exactly the same thing. Absolutely exactly the same thing. And they claim that this was just over a year ago. And when you look at this and look at this, and we know when this came out, what a bunch of BS. I mean, never caught that before, but there you have it. Isn't that amazing?
Well, now, one thing I am noticing a difference in is those ovals. So if you look at the top left oval, the bottom sort of smiley face of the top left oval, go left and down. It's almost to the far left corner of that landmass. Yeah, see that smiley face right there? Yeah. So if you go to the other picture and try to correlate that shape where it should be, and the angle's different, but see how it's not exactly perfectly ovular? Or I guess maybe that's not the right word, but not perfectly oval. So there is a little discrepancy, but I see what you're saying with the cloud. That I'd have to take it into Photoshop and overlay them to know for sure. But to
there
me,
might be some minute differences.
Yeah, to me the image is obviously fake though, like 100%. That doesn't look real at all, either of them.
Yeah, but this, and these are correlate exactly to this, and these. They're exactly the same.
Okay, yeah, okay, sweet.
People stand sideways like that and don't fall down. Happens all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, just another thing. You know, NASA can't cover everything. They are well known for using old photographs, kind of like the Saturn photograph, right? Supposedly photograph, the CGI creation.
Oh, the one they put the thing on top.
With the, yeah, exactly. With the Aurora or whatever the hell it was on the top of it, the lit up thing. Yeah. But yeah, brilliant find by these guys, and I had never caught that before, and we've looked at both of these pictures a countless time, and they are absolutely one and the same. Pretty crazy. So anyway, all right, so what else do we have? I guess, let me go back to here. Okay, so you guys saw this, I assume. This is kind of old news,
so
but
funny.
It's still funny. The way Buzz Aldrin is reacting to listening to Donald Trump talk, and his facial expressions are absolutely priceless.
Oh, Drunkle Buzz. Yeah, I always like to watch Drunkle Buzz.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he may have been sober during this. I don't know, but I have never seen anybody with such an expressive face.
Doesn't he know he's on camera?
Apparently not. I
Guess
mean,
not.
I don't think he's quite all there these days.
No,
but,
I think he's getting close to. He's probably getting the Alzheimer's.
Yeah, probably. We're all probably headed for that at some point. So,
you know, I wonder if he'll ever have like a death. And like, not wishing any harm on him at all, but like, I wonder if him or any of the other Apollo astronauts will ever have like a deathbed confession.
You would never hear about it.
Well, no, you wouldn't, because somebody would most likely be there. You know, if that were to happen, would be my guess. So, and it would get suppressed. But I mean, can you imagine the weight on his shoulders? It's no wonder he started drinking and you know, basically became an alcoholic. I don't think I'd be able to live with that secret.
Well, no, unless it's just hard if they're threatening your family or, you know, they're your kids or whatever. You know, that's when it gets tough.
What if they jacked them all up on LSD, put them in a simulator, and convinced them they went to the moon?
I've thought about that before with hypnotism, but I don't think you could do it. Or maybe they did, and that's why Armstrong, he knew, and that's why he hid out. Not sure.
I think so. I think they're fully cognizant of it, and that's why. I mean, you saw Astronauts Gone Wild. Those guys knew. I mean, they knew. Yeah. There is absolutely no doubt about it. So, you know, and you got to kind of feel sorry for them, and that's why none of them really wanted to go public. They were embarrassed of what had happened. So
I do. I feel sorry for them, because I do think it was one of those things where they really thought they were going on this mission, and at the last minute, you know, sort of like Capricorn 1, it turned out that they were just going on a little holiday and pretending. And I think that they probably had their lives and their families threatened. And you know, I can honestly say that if I was in that position, I don't know what I would do, but if it was just my life at stake, that's one thing. But if they threaten your family and your children and your, you know, I don't know, nieces and nephews, that, you know, that's a horse of a different color.
Yeah, but would you let them parade you around for 40 years and be a call boy for space? That's the difference.
I would leak information anonymously to let it be known.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel sorry for Buzz. The guy sells something new he took to the moon all the time. You know, every 2 years there's an auction and he sells quarters that were in his pocket. That's why I make the joke of saying he sold a 1986 quarter that was in his pocket that he took to the moon. It just seems like he sells them for $10,000 or I just that's I've never
1986.
That is funny as hell. I'm sorry.
That's probably true though. But anyway, so next up, Fox News, our favorite news channel, next to CNN, maybe, I don't know, has an article out at Fox News Tech. Yeah, there you go.
Speak for yourself on that favorite.
Yeah, right. Russia may launch the brightest star in the sky. Oh, wow, this is cool. So what are they going to do? Russia is set to launch potentially the brightest artificial object in the night sky, which could outshine everything except for the moon, starting next month. Mayak, a Russian CubeSat, a type of miniature satellite, and by the way, if you've seen those, they're tiny, will be fitted with solar reflectors. According to experts, if the miniature satellite is launched, it could have an apparent magnitude of -10. That's pretty bright. New Atlas reports whereas the moon ranks between -13 and -12, celestial bodies are measured based on their brightness, with the brightest objects receiving the lowest score. For comparison, the sun has an apparent magnitude of -27. All right, so basically what they're saying is that this little bitty CubeSat it's basically outfitted with mirrors, essentially, and I guess it's going to spin around. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work, but when I look at this, I think about that, and it's like, okay, so it's up there, and it's basically acting as a reflector, kind of like if you take a mirror and you kind of angle the sun, and we've all done that with people. Will get a mirror and flash sunlight in their eyes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, mirror signaling works for like miles and miles. That's if you're lost at sea, you better the best way to get the attention of a plane is with a mirror.
I bought one and it says on.